So let's make a review about um, the dynamic graphs in deep learning, especially in PyTorch. So what we have built so far is in the CNN for the botanical garden app looks like this, from input to convolutional, from ReLU to polling, and it will repeat like convolutional again and ReLU and poll, flatten, and after it flatten, it will be linear, then output. Everything flows in a straight line. This works, but it's just a stack of layers. The key idea is having a computation graph. A computation graph is a step-by-step record of every operation performed on data. So example operations is multiply tensors, add bias, apply ReLU, convolve image, and pull features. So remember, a computational graph is a step-by-step record of every operation performed on data like mathematical. So each step becomes a node in the graph. Why do we need it? Because during training, the model, what it does, the model is computing predictions or forward pass, and it works backward to this graph or what we call propagation. After it will update weights using gradients. Remember, the backpropagation is computing the gradients or like that, and finding what we need to update. Okay, so the optimizer is the one who updates the weights and bias using the gradients. So the framework must know what operations happen and do what order. That's why we record every operations using the computational graph, step-by-step record of every operation. So what is static graphs? This is the old framework style. Older frameworks required to define the entire graph first, then run data through it. So graph is fixed, no changing structure, same path every time, no easy debugging, no flexible logic. That is the static graphs or old framework style. We define the entire graph first, and then after that, we're going to run the data through it. And it's fixed, no changing structure, same path every time, no easy debugging, no flexible logic. So everything must be decided before execution. So the sequential in PyTorch feels static. The sequential. Remember the n and that sequential. That's feels static. The models runs layers in order, like layer one from layer one to layer two, from layer two to layer three, and so on. The limitation is it has no loops, no conditional logic, no branching, harder to debug. It behaves like a fixed pipeline. So let's talk about the PyTorch big difference about the dynamic graphs. So PyTorch build the graph while the model runs. Imagine that while the model runs, it building also the graph. Record everything. Every time forward runs, the operations are recorded. A computation graph is built. Backpropagation uses it. Then the graph is deleted. Next, next run, the new graph is created. So the graph is dynamic. Dynamic is changing, right? In other terms, changes. Why this is powerful? Because now you can use normal Python logic like conditional execution loops, debugging anywhere, right? Different inputs could different paths, and debugging anywhere using the print. Models adapting to inputs, example, simple image to small model path, complex image to deeper model path. What's real problems this solves? Variable input sizes. Example, sentences. Example sentences. Um, one sentence equal 3 words. Another is equal to 50 words. So the static graph struggles. PyTorch handles this naturally, right? like variable input sizes, example sentence, one sentence with 3 words, another 5 words, and static graph struggles. So we could debug it like that. Instead of debugging, just print inside the forward. You could record everything. How PyTorch enable this? We could use the class myModel and end.module. Two main parts is init and define the layers, and the forward defines how data flows. And forward can contain Python logic. Trade-off: dynamic graphs are more flexible, easier to debug, better for research, but slightly slower than static optimized graphs, but still worth it for development. We could use the dynamic for more flexibility and easy to debug and better for research. So the big picture summary is the static graph define the whole graph, run data. After to define the whole graph, we go to run data. While the dynamic graph in PyTorch, we could run the data, and while running the data, graph built automatically. About static is think like a compiler. Dynamic, think like a Python programmer. So sequential is fixed conveyor belt, while dynamic graph is Mark factory. This method can change path, inspects products, adapts processing, and debug easily.